Assalamualaikum, a very good morning. Today I'll be presenting the 3 minutes presentation organized by UTM. The problem statement is the challenges for the bank to perform treatment to the customer because customer financial needs are different at different time and place. In technical terms, we call it personalized selection treatment to each of the customer in the population banking. Banks face challenges in performing to meet the financial needs of each of the customer in large population. To elaborate more on the problem statements, the challenges for the bank to understand the customer needs are various, influenced by various factors such as economic downturn, household income, increasing household goods, increasing unemployment rate, and so on. This uncertainty really influences the customer behavior in managing their financial. Hence, banking found out it's quite difficult to manage the expectation from customer. As a result, next please. One of the techniques being used to better understand customer is hyper-personalizations. In these experiments, we will use sample population from the customer base and split the data into customer who receive calls from the banks and customer who did not receive calls from the banks. This experiment is called randomized control trial or RCT, where at each of the point, customer receive treatment or promotion calls from the bank. The feedback and responses from various customers are various. If no treatment or calls are made, the probability of response will differ at different times. In the first stage of analysis, we develop a base model to predict a customer behavior if they didn't receive a call. The second stage involved the integration of gradients, where the difference between the previous and next predicted value in the sample populations is being used to calculate the residual value of loss functions. Then a gradient boosting function will use the residual value to compute a new value with a learning rate of 0.01, for example, within a specific number of iterations. For example, 1,000 times of iterations. The learning rate controls how big a step the gradient boosting function takes in the direction of the objective function. In this case, the objective function is to learn the individual treatment, or more precisely, the uplift, with high accuracy while handling heterogeneity in responses and avoiding local minima traps in optimizations. In specific, the objective is to minimize log functions of the prediction in stage 3. In stage 4, the new values are redefined and compared with base model. This improved model is then compared to see the improvement within the model. Lastly, once the value has been calculated, customer with significant uplift value are identified as the most focused customer, rather than those customer with little changes in uplift. When the customer with high significant value uplift value has been identified, the bank will be able to focus on this customer, knowing that this customer will respond positively to the promotion or campaign offered to the bank compared to customer who has little change in uplift value. If the changes of uplift value are negative, then bank should avoid approaching to this customer because they will respond negatively or refuse to receive any calls from bank or campaign. Finally, this approach will help bank to better target the customer and be able to optimize the marketing campaign in terms of time, reachable, and realization of the benefits in a more improved way. I'm Fairuz, PhD candidate from Faculty of Artificial Intelligence, UTM. Thank you very much.